Welcome to the Success Journey Show. Let's travel together through the lives of individuals on the road to success.
Hey, what's going on, travelers? It's Ricky Venters and Marlon Madden, and we're back with you again for another episode of the Success Journey Show. What's going on, everybody? Marlon, what's good, bro? How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm enjoying life. When everybody hears this, they'll probably already know, heard about it. But tomorrow, my wife and I, we head to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And for 10 days. Go relax. What I call relax, it's funny. Rick and I were talking today, and he said, "Hey man, plug out from just enjoy your vacation." I was like, to me now, I was looking back in the day. If you were a businessman and you traveled and you still had to do business, and somebody had to send you something, you had to find an office that had a fax. You had to find somewhere that you could send a fax. You had to your computer. You didn't have Wi-Fi in the building, so you had to use the hotel's computer that was in a lobby that was plugged up to a hard line in order to get emails and stuff like that. As far as even phones in another country, you could set up your phone that you could take international calls. You could put your phone on a Wi-Fi so you could take calls. You can DocuSign almost every document there is right now. You could move funds around electronically. So being connected and doing business while you're on vacation is so much easier. It's a 15-minute thing. You need to sign this document. Oh, cool. I was waiting for this document for 15 days. This is the document I need to seal a deal. Sign, send it back. You're done. So,
but on the other side of that, thinking through that a little bit more, on the other side of it, you have people that don't know how to unplug, in the sense that they're not present in the moment. So they'll be on vacation, and while on vacation, they're still checking emails. They're still making calls, trying to make calls, trying to reach out to people. When the point of being on vacation is to be with your family. And I've seen a lot of families struggle. Because it's just, you don't take that time to just make them priority. So as easy as it is to be accessible and quickly get things done, man, 7 days,
out, right?
7 days, 10 days.
Yeah, but
it's not going anywhere. It's
not. But you know what happened? I'm gonna tell you, because the military is a different beast. There's no such thing as I can't get a phone call right now to talk about something that's going on. So like when I was a recruiter, when I was even in the fleet, you're getting a call at 1 o'clock in the morning that a kid got in trouble because he was out in town speeding, and the police stopped him. And they want the 5 W's: the who, what, when, where, why. It became just a norm to always, like, you could call me at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll answer my phone, because it just became a habit, because I never might know who might be calling to say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. I've had phone calls crazy, had to get up out my bed at 2 o'clock to go pick up somebody from somewhere, all the crazy stuff. So it became such a lifestyle that, because my wife is also military, she understands it. So if we're somewhere and I have to take a phone call, I have to take a phone call. But I understand what you're saying. I do plug out. I'm going to be there and enjoy myself. I'm not going to be there thinking about just solely about working. But wherever you are, there's business. So I'm always tapping in, man.
Oh man. Talking about business and all that kind of stuff, man. I know we told you guys a few weeks ago that we'll let you know on an announcement that's coming up on our end, and I'm good, in a good place, clear to announce it now. But I am leaving Johns Hopkins University, and for those of you that are like, oh, okay, it's fine, but that was this is a pivotal, whatever, if I say it right.
Pivotal, you did. Pivotal point
in my career, in my progression. Man, I couldn't even begin to explain just the doors that God has opened up for me to be able to walk into. How a lot of things I've done in the past, how you think time was wasted, for it all to come back full circle, for the opportunity just to be like a perfect fit, and man, rewarding in every way, in every single way, So, man, it's a bittersweet moment because I've been with Johns Hopkins now for over 7 years, and I was thinking, like, Dad, that's the longest I've ever been at a company, 7 years. Even though I had different roles while I was there and worked on different projects, but still, I was carrying that Hopkins banner for over 7 years. And some people have been there longer than me, but for me, the longest I've been at a company prior to that was like 5 years,
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where Hopkins was my dream job. I was telling my boys today, like, yo, Hopkins was my dream job, and the dream was fulfilled, and it's time to move on. You got to experience a dream. So I can say that I could check that off my box and like, yo, what is your dream career? What is your dream job? I was there. I did well. And here's the biggest thing. It's like, I'm not leaving with anything tainted. Nothing tainted in me leaving. Everything is great. Relationships are strong. Leaving with my colleagues just well equipped. Just trying to make sure that the transition goes well. But like I said, it is bittersweet because it's been a while. It's been a while, and it's been great. So yeah, that's the big news I had to share, and I'll share more even about the new company that I'm going to.
Yeah.
It's I'm looking forward for the journey, for the ride, and just experiencing new and greater things, and just expanding and growing. So yeah, guys, just growing all around, man, and just really grateful for where I am. But I had to share that with you guys because I know I said it a few weeks ago. I'll be sharing some news, and for me, it's huge.
Yeah.
So yeah. We're on our way, man. On our way. So, but yeah, man, Marlon, why don't you share with our travelers before we bring on our guests? Share with our travelers, man, just some areas that they can get our stuff and check us out, see the things that are going on.
Hey, check it out. thesuccessjourneyshow.com. That's our hub. That's where you can find all of our information. If you're looking for us on IG, if you're looking for us on Facebook, thesuccessjourneyshow.com. If you're looking for us on Twitter, success_show. If you're looking for us on TikTok, Success Journey Show. We are everywhere on every platform when it comes to a podcast. And we are also on YouTube, The Success Journey Show. So we make it easy for you guys. Definitely go check out our store. We have some merch in there. We have some new merch that's coming soon that Rick and I will be modeling and seeing if you guys like it. And then you can definitely partake in some. But for now, we have some stuff up there. Just go ahead and get some, and then rock with us. Definitely, we are also doing something new. We're going to be coming to you guys. I'm going to ask you guys for help. This year, we got it covered from the funds that we've accumulated. But next year, we're going to ask you guys to donate because we're setting up a scholarship fund for kids in the Baltimore area. So definitely let us know, or the Maryland area. So definitely we'll let you know what's coming, and we'll be looking for that support.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. We are going to go to the best segment of this show and bring in Troy. So hang tight, and we'll see you guys in a sec.
Hey, travelers, this is the best time of our show when we bring our guests on and we dig deep into their lives and they tell you about the behind the scenes. And I am so happy, elated, ecstatic, whatever kind of adjective you could use to say that I'm happy about this interview, because when I was a recruiter down in Florida, up in Port Richey, Mitchell High School, I saw a kid and I was like, yo, you want to join the Marine Corps? And he was like, nah. And then, he told me he had some plans, but I didn't just do like other recruiters and just cut them off. I come to the school, I still talk to them. I went play ball all around there, and later on, I see this man doing some good and great things. So, but I want him to talk about himself. This is none other than Troy. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. How y'all?
I'm
great,
doing good,
man.
man. Doing well, doing well.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on our show, brother.
Of course, man. I'm honored, man. I appreciate y'all, giving me your time.
Yeah. Hey, for the travelers out there, that's what we call our listeners, because everybody's on a journey. Our travelers, just tell them about yourself. Where you from, who you are, what you're doing, and what you're all about.
Yeah. Well, I'm an athlete. I'm sure some of y'all know who the Harlem Globetrotters are. Well, I'm on the Washington Generals, which is the team that plays against the Globetrotters. I'm a content creator. I create YouTube videos. You can find me on YouTube at Troy Blyden. I design clothes. This is actually one of my shirts that I designed. And yeah, man, I'm just a being experiencing this world with the rest of y'all,
Yes, sir.
Love it. You said it so casual, like, yeah, I'm the team that plays against the Globetrotters. Like you can be any guy that just gets up and say, hey, put me in the game, man. Put me in the game.
Yeah, man. It's dope, though. Yeah, it's dope. I don't want to downplay it at all. It's a great gig. It's a good experience,
Yeah. I want to dive into that, man. I want to talk about the travels with that. But even before that, talk about your journey and falling in love with the game of hockey. Basketball. Globetrotters basketball guys. He was like, wait a minute, hockey. I'm on the wrong podcast.
Yeah, definitely not hockey.
Nah, basketball, man.
Yeah. I mean, I've been playing ball since like probably age like 9. That's probably when I got into it. I grew up in a house full of athletes. So, my stepdad, he played football. My mom ran track. So, I was raised athletic, So I got into it at an early age. I was playing ball, skateboarding, playing football, trying everything, seeing where I kind of fit in. And basketball just really stuck. I had to build for it. So yeah, I didn't really get athletic until I was probably 16. That's when I first dunked and really came into my own. But yeah, it's just always been a part of my life. And once I got into high school, I was in a public school for 3 years, and then I transferred to a private school to do a prep year so I could get more looks for college. And then I ended up getting recruited by a Division II school. I had a couple of D2 offers, and I ended up going to North Greenville University, which is in South Carolina. So I did 4 years there, and yeah, now I'm here with the Globetrotters now. With the Germans. So
yeah.
It's been a ride, man. It's been a ride.
Yeah,
dude. He said he didn't get athletic till he was 16. When he was able to dunk. Man, I thought I was athletic, man, my whole life, and I still haven't been able to dunk. So I guess my scale is off.
Well, I'm 6'4" though, so that helps.
Okay,
I got long arms and stuff. Yeah.
Nah, but he had some bounce, man. You left-handed too, right?
Yeah, I'm a lefty.
I remember because I was like, yeah, I'm guarding that young boy. I ain't letting him go to the left. You go to the left, it's a yam on your head. So
the Jamaican came out right there.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, don't let him fool you when he says, yeah, I got athletic. The kid got bounced. He got bounced.
I can jump. No, I'm not trying to be humble or nothing. I can jump, but it's like being on the Globetrotters. It's like you really see the dudes that can jump. Those guys are freak athletes. I'm no question. I'm athletic. Above average, but there's some guys that are just it's different.
Yeah.
There's bounce, and then there's bounce.
Yeah.
It's levels, but I thank God for my gifts that I was given,
Yeah, no, love it, dude. Man, tell us about, you say you're on the Generals now, man. Talk about just that transitional time frame, just to bring a little more color to it, where you had to decide what school to go to try to get more exposure. Going through and doing your 4 years and playing, just tell us a little bit about what that's about for anyone that may be an athlete out there that's looking ahead in their career, wanting to play professionally. give them a little insight as to some of the things that you were going through mentally, physically, just to really get through those years.
Yeah. And you mean the years like, leading up to trying to play professional and stuff like that?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you really just got to know what you want to do, because while you're in college, you have to be self-aware enough to reach out to different coaches and agents and just have a plan for once you graduate. Because reality is, especially at a Division II school, most people aren't going to the NBA. So if you really want to play ball and take it serious, you have to put in the behind the scenes work when it comes to getting on the computer on your own and emailing coaches, being vocal with your coaches that you currently have, telling them what you want to do so they can, use all their connections and get your name out there. But, it comes down to really the results that you're providing in college. So it's like,
okay, yeah.
If you're really not doing anything, you're not producing anything for your team, it's going to be tough for you. It's going to be harder. Not saying it can't be done, but you're going to have to put even more work behind the scenes. So for me, I wasn't even trying to do that straight out of college. I was kind of, to be honest, I was a little fed up with basketball. My college career didn't really go the way I wanted it to. And that's, it has a lot to do with me, and my mindset at the time. But, once I graduated, I did an internship with the New York Yankees. I was doing an accounting internship. And once that ended, I just got a regular job at a hotel. I was a bar back, like just regular, dude working in New York City. And then I was tired of it, man. I was like, I don't like the way my life is going. I don't like the direction it's going in. So I was like, yo, I'm going to quit my job and I'm just going to go hard with basketball again. Like, I'm going to try to play professionally or do whatever I can do. So at that moment, I put my 2 weeks in. I had whatever cash saved up, whatever, to keep me afloat for the next couple months, whatever. And I just started hitting up coaches, hitting up agents, hitting up everybody I had come in contact with from before. Because, basketball is such a tight-knit community. And it's like, this guy probably knows this guy that can put you in contact with this other person. So I was reaching out to everybody I knew, Googling people, finding new teams. And, about, I would say like a month later, I got in contact with this semi-pro team that was in the Bronx. And I ended up playing a couple games with them. And then the team just like fell apart. It was crazy how it happened. But that ended up not working out. And for the best, because after that, I was speaking with my dad and he was like, why don't you hit up Mike? And Mike is a guy who used to play for the Harlem Globetrotters. And I used to coach for one of his AAU teams. It was like young boys, like eight and under. So he was like, yo, why don't you hit him up? He can put you in contact with the right people. And then finally I did, and within a week, I had sent in film to the director of recruiting or scouting for the Globetrotters. He reached back out to me, and then I had a tryout. And then they brought me on to the Generals, and the rest is history.
You must have balled out. You must have balled out.
Yeah, I mean, I did my thing. They threw me some lobs. We did a couple of drills, and yeah, I did all right.
Definitely, man.
How and just out of curiosity, because you're just knowing the difference in which a individual on a Globetrotter plays versus street ball versus NBA. What was the difference in the tryouts? Like, what were they looking for in particular? Are they still looking for the same skill set? Are they looking for a little bit more a flash, being able to attract the crowd? Like what are they looking for differently in that type of a league versus like an NBA or a development league?
Yeah. Well, basically, they just want to see what you can do. So you pretty much have the floor, and especially in the tryout like I had, they got a couple coaches working with you, passing you some, throwing you some lobs, couple players throwing you lobs, and you basically just show them what you could do. Show them if you're athletic. Show them if you got handles. Show them if you got a jump shot. Just do what you do, and they decide pretty much where they see you fit in the organization. So, but normally their tryouts go to where they have a bunch of people they recruited or that reached out to them, and they play, they do drills, but my tryout just happened to be like in the middle of their season, so it was a little unconventional. But just speaking to a lot of guys who went to a regular tryout, you know, it's like any other tryout where they have workouts and then they play and just see what you can, and then they place you where you want, because you know a lot of the flashy tricks and stuff, you learn that as you go, you know.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah. So, you know, I saw that, I think I don't know if it was right before you start playing ball or when you decided to quit. I know you had a run-in with Gary V. And yeah, a couple. Talk about that. Talk about the motivation, because I saw him just breaking it down to you, like, you know, just like Gary would. Talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. So the first time I met him was probably like I was doing my Yankees internship right after college, and you know, I've been following him for a minute. You know what he's about. It's a lot of motivation stuff. You know, he's just you know, raw and uncut, and that's always something that I, you know, was just attracted to. So, you know, he was doing a random meetup in a coffee shop one day, and I was at work at the Yankee Stadium. I saw the notification and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go. So I went right after work, and then, you know, he was just meeting people one-on-one, and I spoke to him for a second. You know, it was cool, and it was really brief though. But then the following time I met him was like a year later, I want to say, and it was at his first sneaker release with K Swiss. And yeah, I went by myself. I just waited in line, and then I got the opportunity to speak with him. And he actually put it on one of his vlogs. Like, yeah, he put it on there. It was pretty cool. But you know, at the time I was making beats, like I was making music and stuff, and I felt really lost. I didn't know which direction I wanted to take my life into. And you know, I just asked him. I was like, you know what? I just want to hear, you know, your perspective on it. What advice could you give me with my situation? He was like, I mean, well, what do you love? I was like, music. And he was like, yo, hit up 400 producers that you want to work with or work for, and one of them is going to respond. And it's like, that advice is just so valuable to everything in life, especially nowadays with social media, because funny enough, there's a guy named Jesse Itzler. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but
No.
well, he's like a majority owner of the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay.
And yeah, and you know, I DM a bunch of influencers, you know, about my shirts, you know, just trying to get it out there, you know. And I DM'd him this morning, and he actually hit me back. You know, I was like, yo, I'd love to send you some stuff, you know. You've been inspiring me for years. And he hit me back like, yo, that would be awesome. So yeah,
definitely.
That's how it can happen. You know, that's proof for anybody. That was literally today.
So
crazy how that works.
Crazy. Yeah. You know, you know what's crazy too? Talk about that lost time, because there's a lot of people, they feel like, and I think we do it to them, because we tell them, you leave high school, you go to college, you go find a job, you know exactly what you want. You're telling an 18-year-old, like, you should know what you want. But really explain to an 18-year-old that's listening to this, because we have the audience there too, that transitional period that Ricky was talking about, that lost period. What was going through your mind? What was your really state when you're sitting by yourself in your room? What were you thinking about?
Well, basically, I was just thinking, I don't want to look like a loser to my family, just to be honest. And you know, I don't think that's the right way to think about it, you know, now looking back. But
yeah,
you know, just, you know, y'all know, you know, especially as men in this world, it's like you're expected to produce results, and nothing wrong with that. We should produce results. But you know, for me, I felt like, you know, time was running out, and I should have it figured out by now. You know, I did an internship with the Yankees. Like, you know, should I have tried to get a full-time job? I don't know what to do. Like, and it was just a lot of, you know, just insecurity regarding, you know, that situation. So, you know, that's what was going through my mind. But the most important thing that was in my mind was that I will not accept, you know, being a failure. I will not accept, you know, not living a fulfilling life. So even though I went through my periods of, you know, just depression and not really knowing where I wanted to go, it's like I knew in my heart, like, that wasn't going to be forever. So that's what it comes down to, especially for somebody who's 18. Just realize that, you know, the society we live in, it kind of pushes you to the idea that you're supposed to have it all figured out at such an early age, when it's not even realistic.
No.
I mean, there's 40, 50, 60-year-olds who don't have it figured out.
Correct.
It's like, we're all just a bunch of like grown babies, like at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I just may have learned a few things along the way. So, you know, that I just don't put as much pressure on myself. I just have way more confidence. And it's like, you decide your happiness at the end of the day. You decide what your success is. I know what's successful to me, what's gonna make me feel like, oh yeah, like I'm doing what I need to be doing. And you know, once you're clear on that, you have a goal that you want to reach, and then every day just becomes better, because it's like, yo, I know what I want, you know, and that comes. That's what anything in life.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
I'm 27.
27. All right.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is talk about, and I see you're doing something that I love and I respect. Talk about your diet. Talk about your mindset of just why you choose to do those kind of things. Talk about that. The whole wellness, or the whole culture. You know what we call in Jamaica culture, Rasta. It's kind of like almost like a Rastafarian kind of movement. But just talk about that.
Yeah. No. I like that you brought up Rasta. I mean, no, I'm not Rastafarian, but I respect the culture a lot, and the religion, if you want to call it that. It's really just about being conscious, you know, about things you put into your body, and your environment, you know, just things you're ingesting and digesting. So, you know, it's a lifelong journey when it comes to diet, because like it's not linear. There's no one answer to how your diet should be. So, you know, I'm in a stage where I'm pretty confident in what I'm doing and the way I'm living, but I don't pretend like I have it all figured out.
Yeah.
You know? I don't feel a need to have it all figured out. You know, I just, you know, I know what I shouldn't be eating. And, you know, I just try to cook all my meals, as many as I can. Obviously, that's not possible on the road, but like when I'm touring. But yeah, I just stay conscious of what I'm eating. I make sure I'm exercising, because it's not just about diet, it's about lifestyle. It's about the music you're listening to. It's about the people you're around. So it's like you could have the healthiest diet ever of food, but you know, you're lonely and you don't have a community around you, and you die younger than you're supposed to, because you don't have that sense of purpose in your life. So it's not just about food. I think a lot of people just obsess over food and what's the right way to eat, but it's just like, it's lifestyle. Lifestyle is like 80% of your immune system, you know?
Correct.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yo, I'm telling you, let me tell you, I bought dragon fruit because of you. I have it right now. I'm telling you, I bought dragon fruit because of you. I was like, yo, I gotta get some dragon fruit. My wife was like, dragon fruit. I was like, yo.
You got the yellow or the red one?
I got the red one. Yeah,
okay.
The pinkish red color red one. Yeah.
The yellow one is sweeter though, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I haven't seen the yellow one though. It's hard to find that, right?
If you find it, try it.
All right, I'll definitely try it, man. I told my wife, like, hey, Troy got bounced. He used dragon fruit. I think this is a secret.
I'm not gonna say I'm not saying that.
Preserve the bounce. But man, I'm loving what I'm hearing, and I keep looking at your shirt. I'm perfect, and a lot of things that you're saying kind of resonates. And I'm just going to go on a limb before I allow you to explain what your shirt is around that whole theme. And you keep going around that. So can you talk to your brand there, I'm Perfect, and what that really means to you and how you're getting that out to the world?
Thank you for listening to the Success Journey Show. Please follow us on our social media on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at The Success Journey Show. Also, check out our website at thesuccessjourneyshow.com. Thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of the show.
Basically, everything I just said previously leads up to this. So it's kind of like a tangible product that represents, you know, my mindset where I'm at now and the story of how I got here. So, what I like to call it is the balance between confidence and humility. Because, growing up as a kid, I was somebody who lacked confidence a lot in a lot of areas, in terms of what I was able to do and just, low self-esteem at times. So I'm at a point now where like, it's the complete opposite. Like nobody could tell me, what I can't do, I'm just more self-aware. And when it takes you that long to gain confidence, like nobody can take it away from you. So for me, it's about getting out the message of like, yes, we are imperfect, but in those imperfections, like you got everything you need, It's as simple as that. It reads as both. And then everybody who reads it gets it right away.
Yeah.
And it's like, they say like, oh, you should try to like, when you're making a product, you should niche down and like try to get it to one group, which is valid, but this is something rare where it's like, anybody who reads it gets it right away. Like I haven't had one person who was like, "Oh, I don't really."
Yeah.
So I'm confident in the brand. I'm confident in the message, and I'm just gonna stay persistent with it.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm kind of disappointed, man. You be selling out them joints fast.
Word.
I went on the site. I was like, yo, let me support my boy. And I went out there, sold out. I was like, all right, but I know you just got some new stock in.
Yeah, I'll be doing a new drop probably this Friday.
Yep, I need a hoodie and I need a shirt, man. Yeah. I need a hoodie and a shirt, so I'm gonna definitely cop that and rock it out because I love it. I love what's on the chest.
Thank you.
I love what's on the chest. Can you explain the here? Because a lot of people do it, but some people have meaning behind it, and I feel like you have a meaning behind it.
Yeah. I do have a meaning behind it. I don't think it's, as deep as a lot of people think, they see like this type of hair and automatically think you're going to go into some like huge tangent, but
confusion.
Yeah. Like honestly, bro, like for me, I was tired of getting haircuts, like paying every couple of weeks for haircuts. I was like self-conscious about my hairline. I was like, yo, if I keep getting cuts, it's going to push it back.
And I was that's like, what Marlon did.
Yo, but yeah, so I was just like, what, F it, I'm gonna grow it out, And this is one look I've never had. I've had braids, I've had fade, everything, mohawk, everything. I was like, I never had locks, and I never wanted to twist my hair into locks. So let me just grow it out naturally. I came across a video on YouTube, and yeah, I just started learning about it. I just went with it. The first time I found out about like how my hair could grow this way, not one day have I been like, I don't really want to do this. Like, I want to cut my hair. Like, nah. This is when I found out that my hair held this power, I was like, yo, I'm doing it. So
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I love it.
And I sorry to cut you off, but
no, you're good. This is your show.
Yeah. I make YouTube videos about it. So that's a big part of my life now, so it's branched off into different areas,
Nah, I love it. Yeah, man, Marlon typically asks people that have, hair, just their experience.
Right.
It's been a while. It's been a while since he's
trying to live through me.
Yeah,
yeah.
I wish.
I know it's a meeting. It has to be a meeting.
Can I get the meeting and grow some?
Right. Yeah, there you go.
In the world of social media, now that you're being a content creator and you're doing that kind of stuff, it's easier. And whoever's doing what, I'm not knocking people that do whatever kind of content they're putting out. But a lot of times you'll find out when you're putting out the positive content and content that just that not like the norm, that it's harder to take traction. What makes you just stick to it and say, yo, I'm going to put out this kind of content and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm not just chasing? Why don't you chase the notoriety?
Right. I mean, so the answer is simple to that. It's because it's authentic to me. It comes naturally. If you're being authentic, you don't have to worry about getting all the views and like I have videos. I have a video on Instagram with almost 1 million views, and it was something positive. It was talking about confidence, and I also like. I've figured certain things out about social media. It's like, maybe there's a message I want to get across, but I know it's not going to get crazy traction because it's me. Nobody really knows me. But if I use a video of a celebrity talking about the same thing, you know, that's going to get views. And then
Yes,
that
sir.
brings me more followers. That brings more notoriety to my brand, you know. So, you know, it's just about being authentic. I'm not going to post anything that I'm not into, you know. If you go to my page, it's gonna be Troy. It's gonna be like, yo, this is what Troy likes. This is what he listens to. These are the books he's reading. You know, these are the clothes he's making. All that. So just be authentic.
Yeah. Me and you still waiting for that Kendrick drop, but it's all right.
Man.
Yeah. We waiting for that Kendrick drop.
I'm at a point where I'm like, yo, when it gets here, it gets here. I don't really.
Yeah. Cole gave us his, you know. And you know, I'm not gonna bash Drake on my on my platform. I'm not a Drake lover, you know what I'm saying? But Cole dropped his, and now we're waiting for Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, drop it, man. I know you're gonna eat it up when you come on.
That Drake album is growing on me though, bro. I can't lie.
It grows on you. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with me. Him and Yeezy, and I loved Yeezy's first 2 albums, man. First 2 albums, I think I wore out them CDs.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what it is that I'm just like, oh man, I don't know.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Yeah, maybe we'll click. Maybe there's one or 2 songs. You know, Controller from Drake is what I love Controller because you know it has the Jamaican rhythm. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh man. So tell us a little bit about your I know a lot of people are wondering, especially those that play, man, what does training look like for you? You know, now you're playing on this level. Is it the same as you were when you were playing in college, or you know, has it picked up more, or you know, kind of coasting through? Like, what share that aspect of it?
Well, training for me, I mostly focus on longevity, and I like calisthenics. I don't really lift weights. You'll rarely see me lifting weights. I'm doing pull-ups, push-ups, dips, you know, crunches. And then on the basketball side, you know, when I'm not on tour, I'm not playing as much, you know, but you know, on tour, it's so demanding on the body. It's like basketball every single day.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not a situation where it's like the NBA where it's like, yo, you know, you're trying to be top person in the league. Like, you gotta be nice. Like, nah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the Generals, you know. I'm not, you know, I'm not on the Heat, you know. So,
yeah. Man.
But at the same time, you know, I want to be at the top of my game, you know, be able to perform when I'm out there. So I make sure I stay in shape. You know, I make sure I'm feeding my body well. You know, I just got a massage today. Like, you know, I'm always on top of my health and you know, being in shape.
Yeah. Zach, you talked to Zach? Xenios, yeah. He was in the Marine Corps. Yeah, man. Yeah, I talked to that kid. Now, he actually, because at first when I talked to him, he wanted to be a Marine. He ended up being, but he had that, I think he had asthma when he was younger. And that was one of the biggest things. But I had left Mitchell High School and went down to Wesley Chapel. And I saw he end up joining in. And I was like, yeah, man. And he's still doing this thing too. I need to get him on too, because he keeps his body right too. He keeps that mental right at all times.
Yeah, that's my brother for real. Like, we're on the same type of wavelength.
Yeah, I see it. He's always been like that though, right?
Yeah, always. Yeah.
He's always been. Ever since I talked to him at school.
Yeah, I didn't really know him in high school like that, but after college really is when we really became close, and like he was mutual friends with people. So like, you know, now that's my brother for real.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Talk about one other thing I asked you about, and since you just kind of brought it up in a roundabout way, talk about the support, man. Like when you are traveling, you are doing touring, you know, what does that look like for you, and how do you have your support system, you know, around you so that, you know, mentally you can stay, you know, engaged, connected, you know, as you're getting beat down physically, but mentally you can stay, you know, kind of strong through the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, well, family is the first thing that comes to mind. You know, that's, you know, my mom, my grandma, my dad, you know, siblings, you know, my close friends, just my loved ones, you know, that's always my number one support system. And it's like an extension of that is people I've connected with online on Instagram, you know, across various social media platforms. You know, I've built real relationships off of there. Like not just like about getting followers and stuff like that. Like I actually have people I talk to damn near every day from meeting on Instagram, you know? So yeah, it's it does get a little lonely sometimes, but I think it needs to be at some points because it's a lot of time to reflect, and that's something I really like is having my alone time to reflect and, you know, figure out every day, am I on the right path? Like, am I doing the right things to get where I want to go? So, and also, you know, I moved around a lot, you know, throughout my life. So it's been pretty easy for me to, you know, be a little reclusive and, you know, to myself. So I actually prefer that a lot of times. So yeah, so a lot of times I'm the one who's like, I've got all my family and friends there, but like they don't hear from me. It's like, I gotta work on it, but you know.
Yeah. And I know you. I saw that you had a couple of episodes with 3 other guys that you guys have starting up a podcast or whatever. Talk about that experience.
Yeah.
Is a podcast as easy as you think it can be?
Right. Well, to answer that question, no, it's not. It's definitely not easy. But I knew that though. You know, I have my own podcast. I have my own podcast on YouTube on my own channel that I haven't been consistent with, but it's called Dreadlock Talk, where I, you know,
talk about
interview people in the community and me and my friends Terrence and Leroy, shout out to them. One day we had always been like creating content, never turned it into like a full thing with like us as a collective, and we always talked about that. So, you know, one day, this was probably like a month ago, you know, I FaceTimed Leroy and I was just like, I was like, what would you do right now if you had $10 million in the bank? Like money wasn't a problem to you, wasn't a worry. Everybody in your family was taken care of, whatever. Like, what would you do with your free time? And you know, he gave me his answer, and you know, I was thinking about my answer, and I was like, like I would be creating content. I would take all my friends that have talents and, you know, be like, you can do this, you can do this. I'm good at this. Let's bring that all together and create something. So I was just like, let's start a podcast. You know, we can just whenever we link up, our conversations just flow endlessly and effortlessly. Talk about the things we're into, and it's not forced. Like we've been friends for over 10 years, so you know, nothing is forced. So I was like, let's turn that into something that we can create content with, and take that content and repurpose it, turn it into clips and do whatever, and just build our own brands and build a brand together. And yeah, it's the Paid Day Off podcast now on YouTube. And that name, Terrence came up with that name like years ago. We just never used it. So yeah, man, if you got an idea, keep it in the tuck. You might use it one day.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, man. Oh. Yo, I was happy. I know you're a busy man, so I was like, I was like, yo, man, I'd love to get him on the show, and you know, and it was worth the wait because I think a lot more, and everybody had their individual journey to go through, and a lot of people, you know, some might get it right, some might get it, they don't veer very much off the past. I like the consistency that you bring to, you know, somebody that's 26, 27, 28, 20, under 30, that's thinking in this mindset, and not that you're a square, you know what I'm saying? Because usually sometimes you're so set, oh, that guy must be a square. But no, you're a guy that's creating content that people want to see. And at the same time, you're saying, hey, but I'm going to live this kind of life. And what I'm bringing to you is just me, authentically me, because I am perfect, right? It's crazy that Ricky and I sometimes, you know, me being 43 and Ricky's he's just climbing up there. Yeah. You 40 here soon, right?
38, yeah.
38, yeah. So, yeah. So, you know, sometimes we're like, man, is there any young people still out there that's willing to do the what you're doing? And then you come along and then see that. That's why I follow you so much. You might be like, oh, you stalking me or something. But I just
like, why you send me all these messages, all these smiley faces in my Insta stories, man? Hey, great job, man. Like, who is this guy? I'm not joining the Marines, okay?
That's not happening.
That's not happening. Yeah. And you know what happened? And I'm happy it didn't happen. And I'm happy it didn't happen. And this is why when I was out there and I said I'm building real relationships. So I'm talking to people. I'm not going to shut them just because they didn't join. It's because later on I didn't know what it was going to turn out to, and look what this turned out to be, to a place where I could be like, hey, what's good? And you'd be like, yo, I'm coming on the show, and I'd be like, yo, I know that kid, man. He used to be walking up and down at the cafeteria. So it's very refreshing to see that, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's nothing, man. Whenever you want to have me on, man, it's nothing, man. Like, cause the thing is, you never know who's gonna see a piece of content you create and how it's gonna impact their lives. That's how I see it. Cause it's like there's so many people out there that have made a video that's like I've seen and it touched me in a certain way, and it's like changed the trajectory of my life. So yeah, the idea of being that for somebody else is like, it really like keeps me going,
Yes, sir.
Love it.
Yes, sir.
So one last question I ask you, and this is just more so my curiosity. So I did see oh my goodness, your crew, they were in my area probably a few months ago. Now, how does it work out? Do you guys have different squads that go, or is it the whole crew that goes to the different areas, or how does that work?
Yeah, so you're talking about for the Globetrotters?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 3 different units. So we're able to be at 3 different worlds, at one time.
Wow.
But it's not, that's it. 3 units. There's some guys that just do like marketing and PR and stuff, but in terms of like playing, there's three solid units.
Nice. That's good to know. I didn't want to go to the one over here and be like, man, where's my dude Troy at?
Right. Yeah, if you're ever thinking about going to a game, hit me up first, and I'll let you know if I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I did when I thought you was coming up to Washington. I think you were in Washington D.C.
I told you I was in D.C. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to. So what happened? My son had a basketball game. I was trying to work it out because I think it was a Saturday, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, but I think
it probably was. Yeah,
it was a Saturday. Yep, it was a Saturday, and my son had a basketball game that time, and I was like, yo, we're gonna go see the Globetrotters because there was some veteran tickets that I could have copped. All I had to do was pay for the taxes, and they'll let me hold them. So when I saw your story, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going. And then I told my son, and I was like, dang. That when I hit you up, and then right after that, I was like, oh dang, I have to go bring him to his basketball game. And I was like, oh man, but definitely if you come this way again or anywhere in the DC DMV area, that's where we at. So we'll definitely be able to hit up a game, man.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. Let me know, man, for real.
Yeah. So what's the future look like before you get out of here? I know you got to get your eat your dragon fruit and get some
I'm done eating sleep. I stopped eating like 7 o'clock.
You see, I knew I don't want to mess with your sleep time either. So, so what's the future look like to you for all the people that's looking for you out there? And I know Ricky's gonna ask you to shout out their different IGs and everything, but what's the future look like for you in terms of where you want to be in the next 5 years or whatever?
Sure. Next 5 years, I just see my brand just continuing to grow. Getting my message and my shirts, hoodies into the hands of more people. That's, like I said, it's something I really believe in. I'm confident in the message. I'm just going to continue to be persistent. And then just to go on that a little bit deeper, I saw this quote. I read this quote. I think it was in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He said, everyone has at least $1 million idea, but only 1 in a million people are persistent enough to see it through.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like everybody has an idea that could, that's worth $1 million+ but you know, are you going to put in the work to do it, you know? And if you don't want to, that's fine. It's just like the fact that everybody is capable of, you know, creating something that's valuable enough to the world. Is like, I think it's powerful just to know. But yeah, I see my imperfect shirts just continuing to grow. I see me just making more content, you know, making YouTube videos, just connecting with people online. 5 years, you know, probably don't see myself playing ball anymore. See myself more so focusing more on my own business and
yes, sir.
Staying on top of my health, my fitness, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna have kids in the next 5 years. I don't know. I don't plan on it. I don't plan on it, no. But you never know what can happen. You never know.
Yep. Hey, might be some girl just buy a shirt from me and say something crazy.
You never know. You never know what life is gonna take you in that area. So
Yeah.
but for now, I'm chilling right now.
Yeah, that's and I know. Hey, I know. Anyway, we'll keep that. You're a traveling man. You know what I'm
saying? Like I said, I don't know.
I don't know. So Troy, man, share with all of our listeners and our guests, or our listeners, I just said, just a little bit about your platforms, where they can find your stuff. You mentioned it already, YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Camera's going in and out, sorry. But YouTube, IG, website, whatever you have, so that they can go ahead and check you out.
Yeah, sure. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube at Troy Blyden, TroyBlyden. You can find me on Twitter at TBlyden. You can find my podcast on Instagram and YouTube, Paid Day Off Podcast. And you can buy my merch, the imperfect shirts and hoodies. You can get these on TroyBlyden.com. And you know, check out the Harlem Globetrotters schedule. I might be in your city. Hit me up if you need tickets, you know. Yeah, that's all I got to plug right now.
No, good.
You got stuff, man. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna put all that stuff in our notes too. So if you're mesmerized by the here and you don't see and you don't hear what he says, just go ahead. You know, I had to put that in, and then just go ahead and check our notes, and then you could definitely hit him up. And
I'll be on TikTok too.
Hey, we just got on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is the move. I'm telling you, TikTok is the move. I gotta get back on like I was.
What's your TikTok? I'm gonna link you up on there.
Troy Blyden. Everything is Troy Blyden.
I love it. All right.
Keep brand consistent.
Yes.
Very
consistent. Very consistent.
Love it. With Travelers, man, we had a great time with Troy today. Just getting to understand the man behind off the court. Just understanding, you know, his pathway, his journey, his passion, what he's what he's trying to do, sharing that, you know, his message of imperfect or I'm perfect. Man, just love hearing all of it. And I hope that as you listen to this segment and you listen to his story, that it allows you to really pause and think about where you are right now, and just realizing that everything that happened to you in the past, everything that happened to you today, everything that happened to you in the future is all centered around you just being your perfect self, right? So embrace who you are, embrace who you're going to be, even from today. Kill the noise of everything or everyone around you, whether it be the social media, whether it be your friends, whatever it may be. Get that strength of understanding who you are, whose you are, and where you're going in life. So, man, Troy, appreciate you. Also want to shout out Marlon. Go ahead, man.
Hey, I'm gonna plug this in right here because this means a lot to us. So you know, we've been telling you that some percentage of our proceeds for shirts, or bags that we sell and everything, we send it to a foundation, the Prince William County Foundation. What they do is they feed the homeless and they feed the less fortunate. So I have, and I'm gonna put up some pictures, but I had the opportunity. I usually go out them with every Friday. I try to go out and feed, and also the proceeds we took and we gave it to them. And today she saw me and she gave me the this plaque right here that just says, on behalf of the Prince William County Foundation, thank you from supporting and sponsoring, and we're a gold sponsor. And it says from September 9th, 2011, the Success Journey Show. Let me tell you something. You guys,
21.
21. Hey, listen, you guys out there are the ones that also made this happen, because you guys bought the merchandise and we were able to funnel percentage to the foundation. Keep on doing what you're doing. Buy your shirts, like, subscribe, send us out our show, and we keep on doing great things like this. And we're saying we're building a scholarship fund now for people. We're doing a lot more with the community because we believe in, we don't want to, like we said, Rick and I, we have our jobs. So the money that comes into the Success Journey Show, we take it and we try to help other people. So definitely keep on doing what you're doing, and one love. We out.
Yep. Peace, y'all.
You've been listening to The Success Journey Show, where your dreams, drive, determination, and diligence are the foundation to success. For more information, check out thesuccessjourneyshow.com. The Journey Squad is here helping you to your destination.